Well, it's dark and it's hard to see, but there are peepers in there. So the lighting in here in the cabin is atrocious. It's a relatively overcast day, and of course we're inside here in the cabin, inside a black tub. So what we've got here are 11 sexed pullets, right? So they're going to all be females. These are next year's egg layers. We've got our hot plate set up here. It is turned on brooder, and this thing here is adjustable on the legs. Going to be hard to see here with the dark, in the dark, and then here you can set it up to go brooder or heater. I certainly have it set on brooder to keep them warm. And we've got it set on an angle here. It's down low in the back and up high in the front, so it slopes down that way, so they can just scoot in and out of there as they want to. If they just want a little bit of heat, they can get here where it's raised up higher. If they want a lot of heat, well, they can certainly go on into the back there and cram themselves in there and get as warm as they want to get. We've got our chick starter feed here. I've got a feeder here, a feeder here, and in this feeder I've got our chick feed, and I also mix in here with the feed chick grit. It's just tiny little ground up, I don't know, what is it, lime? Not lime, granite maybe? I don't know that it says, whatever it is. It's tiny little gravels that they will take into their crop and help them grind up their food and digest it better, which gives them a quicker growth rate. And it also helps eliminate something called pasty butt, where they get manure collected around their vent. And that can actually lead to death if it's not cleaned. And I found that giving them grit reduces the likelihood that they're going to get that pasty butt problem. Makes the overall health of the birds better and makes them easier to take care of. In addition to feeder number 1 and feeder number 2, we've also got a 1 gallon, I think it is, drinker here that they can help themselves to. So they get free choice food, free choice grit, and free choice water. We are early September, and it takes about 4 months for birds to start laying. So these birds will continue to grow throughout the winter, and then early in the spring, when it comes time to start laying eggs, they should start cranking up right about that same time. They'll be at that egg laying age when it's egg laying time. Now, I got these birds at the local Tractor Supply, and they were getting ready to set out more different types of birds, but I didn't have time to stick around and wait for them to get that done. We're going to pick those up in the morning and add more to our flock for next year. This is an egg layer. This is a meat bird. And y'all probably can't tell just by looking at them here. But weight-wise, this meat bird at the same age is twice the weight of this egg layer. They are just monsters. And they'll grow twice, if not 3 times as fast. These birds here will be ready to harvest within just a few weeks. These egg layers will take all the way until spring, probably February or March of next year, before they're ready to lay. Well, that's a handful of fluff right there. We're going to get our wall cover put on our chicken tractor here. I found that short tarp that came down to just here allowed a lot of airflow through the bottom during the hot days of summer. But now that it's getting cool, and we've had a consistent breeze now for several days coming out of the north, the nights are getting down in the 40s, and I'm getting ready to move birds out here. I want to make sure I've got this closed enough they can stay warm until they're more developed. It doesn't quite fully enclose the back, but I feel like that's pretty darn good. Pretty close, and I do worry about the wheels getting hung on the tarp here when it's time to move it. And maybe I just have to flip these up on both sides here when I get ready to pull it forward. But coverage-wise, I feel like that's better than it was. Let's move some birds. Go on. There's always that one. Alright y'all, it's time to let some of these birds go. We've got this tub or brooder and another one still back there to get, but this is just the first batch, so let's get them out of here and into there and we'll see how they do. I may be out here after dark chasing birds trying to get them back in the eggmobile, but hopefully not. Let's go. Ow! Ah! A big old red rooster in here causing a ruckus. Pretty little barred rock bird. Last one. So the good thing about having this here in the garden is this bedding pack can just get dumped right out into the garden. I don't really have to do anything special. Whatever feed is left in here, these other birds will get right to it. Pretty close. No! Well, there's always one. That bird that escaped is about the color of all these bushes in here, and at this point I have no idea where that bird went. I'm gonna have to wait until just about dark when all these other birds start going in. Maybe I'll get lucky and it will follow these mature birds in. I doubt it, I will probably be out here with a flashlight after dark trying to hunt this little squeaker up and get it put in here with the other ones for the night. Now these birds, last time I put the small birds in here, they stayed in there for about 2 weeks before they finally started to venture out. I expect this evening inside this eggmobile will be a whole lot of ruckus. There's a whole new pecking order that's about to be defined in here. You've heard the term pecking order? It literally is a pecking order. Well, we got all of them but one in here. I'm gonna dump this tub, and I keep looking around trying to spot that other straggler, but so far I have yet to see it. This is gonna be an interesting evening. Y'all hang out with us, see what happens. Just dump them if you want to.